this is one that I'm glad to hear. Former Saints first rounder could be on a trade block with the right price. Shout out to Saints Wire, who covered this scoop, and we are less than a week out from the trade deadline, and speculation is picking up that the Saints might be sellers. Oh, no, ain't no speculation. They're absolutely sellers. So who would be on the move? A lot of rumors have centered around wide receiver cores. We're talking about it's a situation where I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Payton sent the Saints a draft pick for Rashid Shaheed. The Saints have already made the decision that they're not going to keep Rashid Shaheed, an absolute speed demon. They're going to go in a different direction. Also, Saints Rumorville is saying that the Saints are working on an extension for Chris Olave. That has been something that's been on the rumor mill for a while, and it's taken a while to get there. But could this just be something that is being said to appease the wide receiver until a trade comes through? Because there are a lot of people out there on the trade that believe that if Chris Olave is available to be traded, in the rumor mill saying he is, then there could be some teams that can offer the Saints at least a third draft pick. Or highest is a third round pick. Some say second, but as high as a third round pick for Chris Olave. Would you pull that deal? Would you want that deal? Would you want a third and a fifth for Chris Olave? Would that help out with injury history and all? So that would be something to be looking out. And the Saints would just have to start all over again with the wide receiver core if Rashid Shaheed is gone and Chris Olave is on the trade block. Devon Velley's there, and Jalen Polk, the wide receiver you picked up from the Patriots, will be back. He will be here next year. And of course, you'll have the draft, which you're currently lined up for the first pick for. I don't think it'll be for a wide receiver. It should be for some line help, But anyway, Brandon Cooks is on that as well, who shouldn't even be a Saint by my account, but he's also on the trade deadline. So there are quite a few people that could be. How about another one for you? And this one right here is rightfully so. I don't know what you're going to get for him, but a lot of rumors have centered around the receiving core. We've seen proposals floating to move for left guard Trevor Penning. I don't know if people want to take Trevor Penning. That's almost, I ain't going to say it's worse as you trying to trade Isaiah Foskey to Snowman. I don't know that, but it might be right guard Cesar Ruiz. How about that? Cesar Ruiz, who gets dealt instead. The veteran starter hasn't met expectations in Kellen Moore's offense. Many people around the league are watching the 1-7 Saints closely near the trade deadline. What transpires over the next week will say something about where the Saints feel they stand in the roster building process, which to most should be rebuilding. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler wrote, the sense is the Saints will have to at least listen to offers on certain players. Teams I've spoken to are under the impression that Cesar Ruiz might be available at the right price. Listen, man, I say it's good. I say absolutely you can have him. Trevor Penning should not be re-signed at the left guard position. Let somebody else deal with him. His technique is already in his genes. Bad technique. He plays with it consistently. And Cesar Ruiz was not a good pick for the Saints. They converted him to a guard. His technique is awful, and he has not gotten better. He's plateaued. And whatever it is, he was kind of getting looked past because of how bad Penning looked. But now that people have fixated, I've been telling y'all about Cesar Ruiz, just like I'm telling y'all about McCoy and what we need to do about McCoy. We watched offensive lineman Ryan Ramczyk, notably, who had an injury, and he just tailed down and he was a shell of himself with that bad knee. It's not a knee issue with McCoy, but it's rapid injuries that keep stealing great slops of games from him. Like, he'll miss the rest of this season. It's like 7-8 games remaining. So he'll miss all of that. And from my count over the last 4 years, 24 games he's missed. That is showing you that his body's breaking down and that you need to do something, whether it's in the draft or signing or grooming a center to replace him. Because if he's missing that many games, he cannot be a person that you can count on there. You need somebody that's going to be there. And like I said, the game is the game, and it is simply what it is. But as far as Cesar Salad Ruiz is concerned, while the Saints wouldn't be on the hook for Ruiz's $9.5 million base salary in 2026 and 27, they would have to deal with more than $14.1 million left behind as dead money next season. Saints don't care about no dead money. That's Mickey Dumb Loomis with that. That's not insignificant. And the savings for trading Ruiz right now will come up to 12 million or 12,000. But if they're rebuilding the offensive line from inside out anyway with bookend tackles in place between Fuaga and Banks Jr., then it's worth moving on from a player who isn't a part of the solution. He is not helping the team there. We can find a better player. Now, if you have to take a hit, hopefully they don't take much of a hit, but somebody going to take Cesar Ruiz off your hands. Hell, somebody might be able to teach him how to block consistently, right? But I think this is a good thing. And I just want to kind of put out there to the rest of the NFL world that we're moving Juwan Johnson too. Let's put that in the atmosphere. Let's clean these buffoons out of here, man. Let's get these guys out of here that don't know how to catch. This man be dropping the easiest passes. I mean, you watch the tape of this dude just dropping passes. These are concentration drops for a $10 million tight end, bro. You making $10 million. You still doing the stupid, dumb stuff you did in your first year, your second year. Concentration drops, seriously, bro? Dude can't be counted on. He's not a security blanket for anybody. So I'm putting it out in the atmosphere that Juwan Johnson is on the trade block as well. Let's all collectively say it with me as I begin to say it right now. Juwan Johnson is on the trade block, and we will trade him before the trade block. That is wishful thinking. As a Sports Coma affirmation that we want Juwan Johnson gone. Anybody y'all want Juwan Johnson, come on and get him. Cesar Ruiz is available. Penning is available. Juwan Johnson is available. You know, we got work for you. If you want to, you know, we got some people for you. You just got to throw up some picks and you can have them. Let's get these guys out of here and get it right. Let's get it right. Enough of these people collecting money for nothing. They can't even perfect their crafts. I mean, come on, man.